Welcome to Logan, Utah. Mountain West Conference football takes center stage. The conference season is here. Maverick Stadium is the site. The Logan Temple nearby. Rams and Aggies next. Welcome to Merlin Olsen Field at Maverick Stadium. It's homecoming Mountain West opener 72nd meeting as Colorado State visits Utah State. Hi everybody, I'm Trey Bender alongside the longtime NFL defensive back Jay Taylor. Glad you're with us. This is a key Mountain Division showdown. 10-win bowl seasons for these two a year ago, and it's been close the last 4 meetings. What will happen in this one?
Oh, you're looking at two teams pretty evenly matched. They both like to run the spread. From the spread, they like to run the ball. Where they differ a little bit is defense and how they attack the game. I think it's going to be a good one today.
Well, Rashard Higgins is one of the most dynamic players in college football, the Rams junior wideout.
You're looking at a kid that was an All-American last year, preseason All-American this year. He averaged over 18 yards a reception. He's a very dynamic player. If this offense is going to be successful today, you're going to see him going over the top and across the middle.
Well, on the Utah State side of things, Kent Myers getting his first start, but he is a seasoned guy. 5-1 as a starter last year, replacing the injured Chucky Keaton.
Yeah, when you can come in behind a star and do what he did and win a bowl game going 5-1 last year, you have confidence of the team behind you. The big thing about him, he's able to run the ball as well as pass, so the offense doesn't lose a step. They don't have to do much, and he's very consistent in what he does, 66% passing last year.
The Rams have won 7 of their last 10 road games, but Utah State has a 10-game home winning streak on the line. Colorado State, Utah State. A beautiful day for football in Logan, Utah, a series that dates back to 1902, two of the most successful programs in the West in recent seasons, squaring off after 10-win seasons. And here come the Aggies. 1-2, but the 2 losses to Pac-12 teams at Utah and at Washington. They're very confident coming in. This is a new season, the conference season.
It definitely is a new season. Everything that happened before is quote-unquote your preseason, getting you ready for interconference plays, because this is where it matters. You want to win your division. You want to get to that championship game that leads you to a bowl game. And I think both these teams, especially when you're looking at Colorado State and Utah State and what they like to do, they know they're going to be a physical matchup today. They have to be efficient, because the team that's most efficient with the least amount of mistakes is going to get out here with the win.
You saw the series history. Last 4 meetings have been very close. Colorado State 2-2 with overtime losses to Minnesota and Colorado. A win at UT San Antonio last week. Eddie Shelton, our lead referee here.
This is tails. What is your call? Tails. Here's the toss. It is tails. You've won the toss. Colorado State has won. Elected to defer to the second half. What is your option? Okay, which end would you like to defend? Let's rotate, put our backs to the goals.
So the Aggies will have the football first as the captains meet in the middle of the field. And you talked about the similarities in the open, this spread offense. It's still about running the football effectively first, though, right?
Exactly. No matter how much coaches say they love the pass, they know the bread and butter to any success is running the ball, because you become balanced. You don't become one-dimensional. And Coach Bobo, coming out of the SEC and playing at Georgia in the running game, he understands that he has 2 backs that are very capable of doing that. I like to call them thunder and lightning, a big back, small back. That being said, he's got to have. He knows his work is cut out for him today.
Offensive mastermind, longtime Georgia assistant, 14 years there. He calls the plays. And then Matt Wells, school record 20 wins in his first 31 games. And those 20, the second most wins in school history last year with 10 wins and a bowl victory. Getting the crowd pumped up here. Homecoming, a whiteout. They've got all the intangibles, all the things they're hoping for here against Colorado State.
And you got to think, being a former player for a program and then coming back and coaching, it really brings things to a new level. I think he understands where the program was when he was here, what it's gotten to, his contribution to it. And I think as they're building a new stadium, that is evidence to the success that he has brought to this program.
10-game home winning streak, ideal weather conditions. The sun setting in the west with this early kickoff. We'll have nighttime football in the second half, so it'll be a tale of 2 halves, so to speak, in terms of the conditions out there.
You sure have, and a lot of people may think, well, that's no big deal. It does make a factor when you're a receiver or defensive back. There's a difference when the sun is setting, where if the light may be in your eyes as you're looking up for a ball, and the same thing happens in night games. So usually when you start at a night game, your eyes are adjusted to that. The fact that you're going to start the day, finish at night, there's going to be some adjustments come second half.
Jalen Davis back to receive the kick for Utah State from Braxton Davis, who's their kickoff specialist. As they have twin safeties back there also for the Aggies, Lawan Hunt, as we're ready for football here. Mountain West Conference opener. Rams and the Aggies both have bowl aspirations. And on paper, this looks like a game that could go down to the wire. We're underway from Logan. And that will not be returnable. It'll be a touchback, and Utah State will start from the 25-yard line. We talked about Kent Myers. A lot of confidence, great arm, seasoned sophomore, and they won't change their system with him at quarterback.
Right. You know, Chucky Keaton has a bunch of records, very prolific quarterback here, dual threat, and they have the same type of thing in Kent Myers, a young quarterback that understands from watching Chucky what needs to be done, what shouldn't be done, and I think that's what's led to a lot of his success.
That being said, his first start this season, so they believe that he's practiced well. How will it equate to game time play as he opens up from the 25-yard line? He's going to go play fake and throw the ball on first down and completes one to Andrew Rodriguez out to the 29-yard line for a 4-yard pickup. Trent Matthews, the strong safety on the tackle.
I like the start. Make nice, simple rollout, get the ball to the open receiver.
There's a look at the offensive line up front. Stevens, the junior, the leader, 2-year starter at that spot. And they are big up front. Hunt will rotate with Mays, the running back spot, and they'll spread the ball around, throwing the football. And here they'll run it. It's Hunter Sharp on the end around, and he has a first down. Sharp, wide receiver, running the football for the first time this year. Matthews on the tackle again. As you look at the Rams defensively, Foster gets after the quarterback. He has 3.5 sacks, leads the Mountain West. And Kyle Robinson is the grandson of Ray Charles. And then you've heard Matthews' name already. He's a vocal leader back there. First down after a couple successful plays. The Aggies have it at the 38-yard line. Myers taking his time. Here's an end around reverse, and that is read well by the Rams as maybe a yard, and that's it on the end around for Utah State as they got it in the hands of Kennedy Williams.
A little early trickeration there. You're going to see a double reverse here. Gets the ball out, but the defense does a good job of staying home. You're seeing right there, Joe
Kowalik over there.
Kowalik, sorry. Going to get that name down. Long player, 6'6".
Second down and 9. They'll throw the ball to Sharp. He's got it on the sideline, and Red Wob of the Rams, he's shut down at the line of scrimmage. That was Matthews again on top of that play. Also help from DeAndre Elliott.
And you've seen that tackle with Robinson. These linebackers on both sides of the ball are very athletic. They move really well. You're going to see Kyle Robinson read it, get there, not enough blockers, and does a good job of just wrapping up, getting it for a loss. Very good job, you can see, in regards to knowing to use the sideline as an advantage coming inside out.
3rd and 9 now. They have a bunch set, 3 receivers to the top of the screen. They throw that way, a little slant pattern. It's not going to get it done into the hands of Sharp, but Nick Danuska shut down that play at the 44-yard line. A flag, though, is on the field, so hold on.
Just what you want. These defenses are both prolific on 3rd down conversions. We're seeing why when you force a 2nd and long.
After the play, personal foul, offense, number 72, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, 4th down.
That's the left guard, Tyshawn Mosley.
You're going to see, as I was talking about, so they force a 3rd and long, which allows the defense to tee off right there at the last second coming in. Offensive linemen, especially in the NFL, when I first came in the league, they always were looking to pick guys off on the pile. You've seen less and less of that. That's one reason why that penalty happened there.
Mosley, who was suspended the first 2 games, a costly penalty there, as the Rams are awaiting the punt from Aaron Dalton, the bountiful Utah product. Hansley awaits it. Joe will not signal for the fair catch, and he's tackled at the 24-yard line. Great open field tackle that time from Utah State. No return as he's dropped back at the 23. So the Aggies getting good special teams work from Gents Painter, and the Rams will have their first possession offensively.
Special teams is crucial in any game, especially on the road, though. Colorado State needs to make sure they protect the ball. That type of situation probably should have fair caught it.
So here's Nick Stevens, first-year starter, steady. He has admitted he's gotten better every week. Third year in the program, was a backup to Garrett Grayson last year, and he's at the helm of this spread offense. Single back to get it into Rashard Higgins, hands on the end around. Higgins trying to get to the outside, and they string him out a yard, and that's about it. Devin Centers was over there on the play.
You're going to see they go a little bit faster pace on their no huddle. You'll see them get to the line real quick, and then they'll look to the sideline just in case.
Stevens, who leads the Mountain West with 9 touchdown passes, will throw it on second down. They get it into Higgins' hands again. Tyler Fackrell on the tackle. Here's a look at the Rams offensively. Now they've had to shuttle around their offensive line. Moxley getting the start in place of Goldich at left guard. Higgins, the All-American, but Hansley is very good and underrated at receiver. Dawkins will rotate with Oden at running back.
Look for a play down here to the bottom of the screen, to the outside. They got a lot of space lining up on the hash marks there.
First third down conversion. Stevens has Heim looking downfield and over the head of his intended receiver. He wanted Keybine Cartwright, the big target, as tight end. It's fourth down. Tyler Floyd on the coverage.
Yeah, when you say big target, 6'4", 245. They're very happy they got him back after injury last year. He makes a lot of great catches, but he's big enough to also block, which is crucial when you're a tight end.
This is Hayden Hunt, the junior from Long Beach, Ray Guy Award candidate, and Hunter Sharp awaiting the punt, standing back at the Utah State 24-yard line. Hunt with a high hanger, fair catch called for by Sharp, and he makes it the 25-yard line. So both defenses stand tall here. Early stages from Logan. Rams and Aggies, no score. This is the Rams' first true road game. Let's take a look at their keys to the game, Jay.
Yeah, you're looking at a team that they have to be able to handle Utah State's front. They like to run a 4-3-3-4. They adjust it. They do a lot of different things. The offensive line has to be ready for those types of checks. They have to contain the quarterback. Kent Myers can use his legs just as effectively as his arm. And then they've started out fast, and each one of their games put points on the board. They just have to finish it into the fourth quarter.
Rams had a road game at UT San Antonio last week, first true road game in the Mountain West. The opener for both teams in this conference as flags come flying here from the 25-yard line.
Ball start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Tahani Fisilau, the fifth-year senior 300-pounder from Glendale, Utah.
Birthday boy getting a penalty. That he has to watch out for that. Just because it's your birthday don't mean you can go out there and make a flag like that.
23 years old. Started last year at the right guard spot. First and 15 now for the Aggies on their second possession now at the 20-yard line. Myers, the sophomore from Texas, will go to work. He'll hand it off. It's Devontae Mays. Mays breaks free for a moment, and he's across the 26-yard line. He is a big back, 220 pounds. Trent Matthews on the tackle. And he's a guy that could play a big role along with Hunt in the backfield.
Oh, he can, especially in the spread type offense. When you get everybody stretched out, you're going to see he follows the blocking well, gets behind his pads, and he's a very big guy. And so when he starts to head downfield, it makes it hard for defensive backs to tackle him.
Junior college product from Blinn JC in Texas, and he kind of a fan favorite here with his physical style. Here they go, play action. Myers rolling, now throws on the run, downfield for Sharp. Trying to come back to it, and a flag is thrown. A couple flags. They're going to whistle the Rams here for the penalty. Nick Januska, the free safety in coverage.
You got to turn your head around. Great play call by Kent Myers to go ahead and take it deep. Allow your receiver to try to go up for the ball. The DB doesn't give the receiver the opportunity to come back.
Number 22, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
The DB doesn't give the receiver an opportunity to come back for the ball, makes it a very easy call for the referee. But you can see the receiver had him beat. If that ball's thrown deep, it could be 6. Great way to jump start your offense, especially after having a penalty that ended your first drive and the start of your second drive.
And you can see the arm strength of Kent Myers in a play like that, mobile, on the move, and delivering a strike like that. First down out the 42-yard line. He'll keep it this time, and he's up close to midfield on the carry, an 8-yard pickup. Myers, a dual threat guy, can make plays on the run. When things break down, he can make something good happen.
Yeah, that's why this offense doesn't stop. Chucky Keaton was the same way. You're seeing why last year he averaged 5.5 yards a rush. Plays just like that. He doesn't dial it up a lot, but when he does do it, it's very effective.
The Gildan New Mexico Bowl offensive MVP in their win over UTEP's going to throw it on second and short here and completes it. Trent Matthews on the tackle, but got into the hands of Brandon Swindle, his fifth-year senior, and they moved the chains.
They're doing a very good job right now, Utah State is, in regards of play calling, dialing up the runs when they need to, pass when they need to. Look on the top of your screen right now. They have the wide side of the field. Look for some play going that way, especially with 2 backs in.
Swindle is split top of the screen. The split back look you talked about. Play action. Plenty of time for Myers. Surveys the field. Now he'll take off with it. Puts his head down, and he's down to the Rams' 36-yard line. Matthews on the tackle. He's been busy.
Myers protecting the ball. He saw Hunter Sharp went down. He looked left. Nothing was open as you watch his eyes. He looks left, nothing's there. He comes back to the right. Wants to throw it, the receiver goes down. He doesn't force it, tucks that ball away, runs to get positive yards. This is exactly what Matt Wells is wanting out of his quarterback, to protect that ball, take what the defense gives you. If nothing's there, use your legs.
8-yard pickup, second down and 2. They go double tight in formation here. Houston and Raymond split to the left side of the formation, and that's Raymond in motion. Handoff. Hunt, left side, has the first down, and he's spun down inside the 35-yard line. DeAndre Elliott, the left corner on the tackle. Hunt, their leading ball carrier, just a sophomore.
He's pretty big himself, 5'8", 195, but you're going to see this offensive line is doing a good job right now getting a hat on a hat, allowing their playmakers to find the seams and get positive yards. Colorado State knows that this front is very physical. They themselves are going to have to do a better job at the point of attack and playing on Utah State side of the ball.
Damian Hobbs is now in at quarterback, the sophomore from Cedar Hill, Texas, in for Myers. They thought they would use him at some juncture. Here he is, takes a high snap and bobbles it and takes off with the football and turns it into a gain up to the 32-yard line. That spelled disaster at the beginning. Gets 3 yards. Corey James on the tackle.
That's on the center. Nothing changes with a different quarterback. You got to make sure you get that ball back there like it should be. Good job by Hobbs. That could have been a very bad negative play.
So Hobbs, the Oregon transfer, checks out after the 1 snap, and Myers back in now on second down and 6. Looping in motion. To the right side is Robinson. They hand it off straight ahead, and shut down is Hunt. Right at the point of attack, Josh Lovengood, a sophomore from Fresno, on a big play.
This is where your big front has to step in. I just mentioned playing on the other side of the ball. It does a good job of blowing through there. You're seeing Terry Jackson just wrapping him up, beating the guard to the spot, and once he done that, it was easy to get a tackle for a loss.
Jackson is 295, a returning starter. And Utah State continues to shuttle people in and out. Hunt will check off the field. Tony Lindsay back in at a running back spot. 3rd and 8. Handoff. The end around, and tripped up is Devontae Robinson, and he is knocked down for a loss back at the 36. That's Corey James. He has made the move to middle linebacker. He was an outside linebacker the last couple years, but very effective at that spot.
And I think it helps because when you're at middle linebacker, you have to see the field. When you're outside linebacker, you're worried about one side or the other. He has the ability and the speed to go sideline to sideline. Great stop. Both these teams are very effective on 3rd down. We're seeing right now Utah put together a few plays, but when it came down to it, Colorado State found a way to make a stop.
And this is Jake Thompson. He's not the normal place kicker. His first attempt this season, a long kick, has a strong leg, and a 53-yarder is on the way, and there are penalty flags. The kick is no good, but hold on. Looks like offside's the preliminary call.
Offside. Defense, number 33. 5-yard penalty. Replay, fourth down.
It's Kevin Davis, the junior, jumping off sides.
Got to be patient. That was a serious jump right there. Gives the kicker another shot. And that's what's always tough. When it's on the right hash, think of it like golf. Sometimes you pull. And so you got to put more leg into it. It's very tough to get a block in the game these days. Usually it comes from the front, especially that far out. Let's see if the kicker can get it figured out.
Now, Thompson is just 1 for 7 in his career on field goals. He's our kickoff specialist, but he has the big leg. His first attempt this season. 48-yarder on the way. Line drive kick, and it is good. Jake Thompson, the junior from Logan, gets the Aggies on the board first.
That's where a penalty just hurt your team. You're on the road. Special teams is crucial and key. You have to be smart about that. That cost them 3 points on this drive.
3-0, Aggies in front. Utah State on the board first. Here's the Aggies' keys to the game.
Yeah, it starts with Kent Myers playing solid. We've already seen he's off to a great start. Run game with Hunt and Mays. They're doing a good job right now in that. And then must stop Higgins. He's only had 1 catch so far, so the start for what Utah State needs to do to get the victory is good.
Jake Thompson, after connecting on a 48-yard field goal, their kickoff specialist has it teed up on the 35. That mulligan might have helped him out.
They definitely did help him out. When you're a kicker, especially the longer range, you're trying to drive it. And so when you're on the right hash, it makes it a little harder because as you step in, your right leg, you have a tendency to pull.
Let's look at that drive. 7 run plays out of their 9 as they get the first points of this one from Logan. The kickoff will be fielded at the goal line. And on the return for Colorado State across the 25-yard line is Jordan Vaden, and that's where the Rams will start their first series. They'll mark the football at the 23. Utah State getting good kick coverage there, as we anticipated a few 3-and-outs in this one. These are 2 of the top teams in the country in that category, and the defenses have had their say so far.
They certainly have, and I'm curious, Colorado State has jumped out to the lead in every one of their games. This is the first time that they did not take the lead at the beginning of the game. I'm curious to see how they respond. Also, we saw last series with their fast-paced tempo, they usually script their first few plays. Being that they went 3-and-out, I'm curious to see this drive if they're going to still go back to that game plan and go with what the scripted plays were for the first drive.
The Aggies with multiple personnel on defense. They'll mix zone and man throughout the course of this one. Running the ball on first down, Jason Oden Jr., his first carry, and LT Filiunga, the inside linebacker, on the tackle. Here's a look at the Aggies defensively. It's a team that really relies on their linebackers. These guys up front set them up, but Fackrell and Vigil as good as anybody in the country.
Definitely are. These guys, especially when you look at Fackrell on the outside, long arm, long guy, 6'5".
And center's dad, Larry, was a great running back with the Cardinals, a team you played for, as wearing the same number, 37, as Stevens is in some trouble and had to get rid of the football. And there is the aforementioned Kyler Fackrell, all Mountain West candidate, a difference maker.
Coach Bobo said we have to worry about where he is. This guy is just a game changer in the way that he approaches the game and comes in. You don't know if he's dropping or if he's coming, but when he does, he's making a play.
Fackrell, number 9, the Mountain West preseason defensive player of the year, and he puts the Rams in a 3rd and 8. Stevens, pressure from the backside, is going to run for it, slides and has the first down up to the 35-yard line. Nice play from the sophomore from Murrieta, California. Jens Painter on the tackle.
Right, you're going to see nobody was open. Great defense. He surveyed the field. Nobody was there. Then he did the smart thing, tucked the ball away, got north and south, got their first down of the game, which they needed.
Now, Jay, he won't run it often. He's only carried it 5 times this year, but he saw a lane there.
And you got to take it when it's there. That's the bottom line as a quarterback.
They've rotated Dawkins and Oden at the running back spot. They'll handed off here, and it's Dawkins, and he is hammered. A loss back at the 34-yard line. That was Marwin Evans, the strong safety, that blew it up.
You're going to see as this play develops, running back gets the ball, nowhere to go. He's hit immediately as he gets the ball, and then that makes it easy for Marwin Evans to come in and clean that up. But you can see he had no opportunity to get going, and that's because this front of Utah State is playing on Colorado State's side of the ball right now.
And the linebackers are active also. Filiunga got a hand on him there, and it's 2nd down and 10. High formation, handoff off the right side on the carry for a nice gain is Dawkins. Actually, it's Oden. They go to Jason Oden Jr. and Filiunga on the tackle.
He's their big back, 5'11", 220. You can see he's pumped up. Let's keep this thing going. He gets the ball, gets behind those pads. The left side of the line is doing a good job. They have one person that went out, and now Trey Moxley's in there at left guard, and they're doing a good job in that side of running the ball.
Walker is the fullback. They've rotated Dawkins and Oden Jr. Oden had 143 against UT San Antonio. They'll go straight ahead on the carry, and close to the first down is Oden. Marwin Evans on the tackle.
That's just a mano-a-mano, and I think they got the first down. Great play by offense and defense. Sometimes a win, even though it's 2 yards, is a win for both sides, and we just saw that. I'd like to see Colorado State right now get the ball out to Rashard Higgins. You can see they've done a few run plays. If you got some man-to-man coverage on the outside, which we're looking at right now, take a shot downfield.
First down from the 45. Here's Dawkins back into the game. Gets to the outside and has some room. Dawkins a first down, and he high steps his way inside the 35. A pickup of 25 on the carry for Dawkins. Centers on the tackle.
Yeah, you're seeing right there, Jalen Davis. Watch here, flashing right at the end. Bad angle because Jalen Davis did that and allowed the running back to run up the sideline scot-free.
Now on the roll, the throw is incomplete. He wanted Hansley, and Stevens' throw a little bit over towards the boundary. Couldn't get his feet down. It's 2nd and 10.
Now we see how the Utah State defense may respond here. As you watch this throw, goes up high. Defender does a good job of going through him, so as the receiver comes down, he's coming down out of bounds. Considered a no catch.
Tyler Floyd over there on coverage. You can see the up tempo. Both of these teams want to speed it up in the spread offense, no huddle look. And Stevens getting more comfortable each and every week. They put 33 on the board last week.
Look for a play on the upper to the wide side of the field.
Stevens to the sideline. Hansley hangs on to this one, and he's down at the 24-yard line after a 6-yard pickup. Floyd on the tackle.
Now watch as they come back to the line. They may do the same type of play to the other side of the field, the wide side field. They like to go fast, especially when they get positive yardage. But we can see right now they're trying to dial up, make sure they're in the right play. But to look at the white side, if they see the matchup what they want, they're going to come to the wide side. If they don't see it, look for the receiver on top, Higgins getting the ball.
Dawkins to the left of Stevens in the backfield.
See blitz coming.
They're coming after him. Stevens escapes it for a moment and throws it away. The pressure from Kyler Fackrell again creating chaos in the backfield. It's 4th down.
Well, you know, Coach Wells said it and Coach Bobo said it for both sides. You got to know where Fackrell is. The quarterback, Nick Stevens, did a good job. He saw it, he counted it off. They've had a little injuries to the offensive line, so they're taking advantage of that. And you're seeing Fackrell just come from the outside, straight speed rush, beats the right tackle, and Sam Carlson, and makes it an easy play to force the quarterback to have to throw that ball away.
Here's Wyatt Bryan from 42 yards, and the kick is good. So the redshirt freshman from Larkspur, Colorado evens this one up. He's had some struggles in the kicking game. Nails his 6th field goal right there. We're all even. A defensive battle here in Logan, Utah. Welcome back to beautiful Logan, Utah. Homecoming, a whiteout here at Maverick Stadium. Colorado State and Utah State opening up the Mountain West Conference season. Here's a look at the scoring drive for the Rams. 11 plays and they get the Bryan field goal. And so far, Defenses have been good, but there have been a couple good drives. The quarterbacks have managed things pretty well.
They surely have. Like we talked in the open, we thought these defenses are going to be the telltale of what's going to happen. Both offenses are doing what they want to do. They're being balanced between run and pass, but these defenses on third down, they may give up a couple, but when it comes down to the scoring territory, they're finding a way to stop it.
Braxton Davis with the kickoff for the Rams. Juan Hunt was back deep along with Jalen Davis, and Davis takes this one out to the 18-yard line. Chance Boyce on the special teams tackle for Colorado State. So Myers, 9 plays on the scoring drive. 7 of those are runs, and they'll continue to run it. And the thing is, they'll try to lull you and then take some shots down the field as well.
Yeah, and right now we haven't seen, except for the one play to the tight end for Colorado State to try to go deep, and then the other play to Hunt Sharp stretching this defense out. Both these defenses are so good, you're going to have to stretch the field to open up some more running lanes.
He rotated Hunt and Mays the running back spot, starting the series from the 18. Play action. Myers rolling and throwing and incomplete. He wanted Swindle, and he short hopped him over there.
I think he saw a little, he wasn't sure if that DB might have flashed. So a play that he would love to have back, but I think that's one reason offensively they've been so efficient. He's not forcing it. If it really isn't there, he's not trying to get it in, and that's what you want out of your quarterback. Don't take any unwarranted shots that you don't have to.
He completed 66% of his passes last year, an effective runner as well, finding the end zone 5 times. 2nd and 10 now. Straight ahead handoff and a big gap for Devontae Mays, and he slams his way up to the 27. He will make you pay with his physical ability, 220 pounds. Joe Kowalik on the tackle.
That is just a straight mano-y-mano. I'm going to go straight at you. Can you stop me? And that's what happened in that play. The offensive line created a nice seam, and Devontae Mays didn't waste any time. He got north and south quickly to get a 3rd and short.
He'll check out now.
Look for the top of the screen, wide side of the field. They might do a play that way.
It'll be Sharp in motion. We have penalty flags.
Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Fisilau again.
Birthday boy can't do that. Coach Wells, I'm sure he's upset about this. Offensively, they've had 3 penalties. And in that situation, it's 3rd and short. That's when the penalty really hurts you, because unlike the other one where it was after the play, this one's setting you back. Now you're 3rd and 8.
3 receivers to the right on 3rd and 7. Myers looking left side, and he overshoots Swindle near the 30-yard line. So the Colorado State defense steps up. The penalty helps. They'll force the punt and should get pretty good field position.
They sure, and that's where something is shooting your foot. And that's the one problem Colorado State's offense has had in this first quarter is penalties on the offensive line. They got to get better at that, because you're playing against a team that will take advantage of field position.
Here's the first-year punter, Aaron Dalton, who has a long of 49 this season, standing at a 7-yard line. Joe Hansley back at the Rams 40. End over end, returnable. Hansley's got it at the 39. Trying to get to the outside. Gets the corner turned. He's in midfield, and a nice return for Hansley to the Aggies' 46-yard line. Joe Hansley, effective receiver, a senior. Very important piece to the puzzle here, 14-yard return.
I expect Colorado State in this field position, these first few plays, they're going to put the pedal to the metal. They got good field position, the best start they've had of the game so far. I'm curious to see if they're going to come out with a run, because we haven't seen Higgins outside the beginning of that game, So going to the wide side is a lot of times where they like to start the game, and I think they're going to do that right now with Higgins on the bottom of the screen. They might have the numbers match up.
They want to be balanced, run and pass, and physical in the run game. They'll go toss pitch this time, and Dawkins is thrown down at the midfield stripe. Nothing doing. Guess who? Kyler Fackrell, one of the top defenders in the country. This is a guy that can do it all. He's so versatile.
He came here, started playing as a freshman, just like Bobby Wagner did, out of Mesa High School in Mesa, Arizona. The kid has really grown into himself. 6'6", 250 long. He can put his hand down. He can rush. He can drop in the zone. Just all the things you want out of prototypical NFL linebacker.
Season-ending knee injury in the first game against Tennessee last year, and they're glad to have him back healthy. Here's Stevens on the throw, and a completion to the Aggies' 34-yard line, hauled in by Kevon Cartwright, the big 6'4" target. So that is the final play of this first quarter. And when we come back, the Rams knocking on the door. Defenses have had their say. A couple field goals on the board. Second quarter coming up.